Hello there, beautiful internet, and you fantastic creatures of the beyond. Okay, lesson learned. Don't leave the island through the rift after you have finished the combat mission. Because they will turn, for some reason, hostile against you. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's a logic thing related to the game. But yeah, that will happen. So I had to reload. And we're here. Since this is the 24th and it's Christmas, let's make it a Christmas present and make this session longer for today. Maybe even a few more other two sessions that are very long. We shall see. You're still in one piece. Very good. What's Yahota's status? She's alright. She is with the rest of the troops. You are alright, Professor? I think so. I haven't been in this close to death since Battle of this. Goodness me, Richard. There were so many of them. By their voices, that language. They are dead now, Professor. They won't be bothering you no more. What did you do that angered this much? That angered them this much? The natives, or who are the natives anyway? I don't remember you mentioning will be facing anything like this before I took this job. Who are these natives anyway? Let's go with this one. The professor and the chief exchange looks briefly before the latter responds to you. Listen up. There are two major factions in control of the Black Sea, the pirates and the natives. The pirates call themselves the Grim Jetters. They control the southern and the southeastern waters. They are not actively interfering with our operations as yet, though our patrols have had several violent encounters with them. Whereas for the savages, have been a thorn in our side ever since we've arrived here. By the caverns, these violent, inarticulate creatures are the cause of almost all of our problems here. And now they're trying to raise the camp to the ground and butcher us all. Goodness me. They obviously feel threatened by your presence. We tried communicating with them, but their first and only response was the resort of violence. Professor, it appears that the Landelman had been correct all along. I had him ask around Core City about the natives while we were there. Bearing a few old tales, no one ever reported seeing people matching their description. Whoever they are, they've had little to no contact with the rest of the South Underrail. Goodness me, Richard. Who are we dealing with? These people must have settled here after Biocorp withdrew all of its military from the Black Sea. But when and why? They do not appear to have adopted any of NFT technology. So why come here? Biocorp military? NFT? Professor, we will continue this conversation later. I need to return to my tent. I have yet to determine the casualties and overall damage we have suffered. Speaking of foreign languages, what was the gibberish the natives were talking? That will have to wait. I will see Marcus about your gear. They also have some interesting gear related to Aegis. We will find that out pretty soon. His tent is the one just across from this one. Once I have assembled the recovery team, I will brief with you. I will brief you. One moment, please. Eros, would you mind going to Jeremy Seeger's tent and seeing if he has compiled any of the recovered information so far? The network is down, hopefully temporarily, and he's not responding to his comm. We are going to need this data if we plan to dispatch a recovery team, don't you gentlemen agree? Of course, he doesn't mind. Here are your orders. Collect your equipment from Marcus first, then go to Seeger. His tent is the one past the medical tent. Then return to the professor. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Do not keep the professor waiting. Yes, sir. Professor, he leaves. Sorry, let me move. Mr. Professor, get to the Seeger and then get me those files. Fine, fine, fine. You don't have to rush me. Tony and Marcus seem to discuss something and are unaware of your presence. I gotta say, I'm impressed with you, Marky. Not only did you not get zoned out, but you actually did something useful during the fight. Sure, you played with your little toys from the safety of your tent, but hey, you got the job done. That is a compliment, correct? And just for the record, the turret can work autonomously. However, in situations such as this one, it is always the wisest course of action to have someone behind the controls for better target assessment. No, Marky, no. How many times I gotta remind you? You gotta put it like this. Well, if it wasn't for me, you pipe worker, you'd be checking the pipes from your forehead right now, yeah? Where I'm from, you gotta pull out the hardcore comebacks, not go on about, target assessment. He's teaching him how to be like a hardcore badass pipe worker. Checking the pipes? Oh, grind it. It's core city slang, Marky. It means to take a leak, to piss. The whole phrase was supposed to mean that one of the freaks would have made a hole in my forehead and... Okay, forget the slang. Use your own words, just not one of your la-di-da words like urinating or ejecting barrel liquid waste. Don't be absurd, Tone. No one uses that expression. You just made that up. Well, it's how all you Northerners, fat rats, and the rest of the la-di-das sound to me. You're too uptight. He squishes his nose upward. You all sound like you're gonna get pipe working cancer if you say a naughty word. You use far too many dumb, sterile euphemisms that suck all the fun out of language, Marky. So please, the next time you wanna go check the pipes, you're not urinating, but going for a piss. I see where this is going. How about this? If it hadn't been for me and my turrets, your head would have been impaled with a spear and paraded around angrily, you stinker. What? The pipe? No! He grabs his crotch. Oh! You're so lame, it hurts my... Yeah. Leatherman is just epic. While Tony is holding onto his crotch and acting out of utter agony, Marcus is slowly squeezing his forehead into a chasmic frown. He erupts as soon as his irritation reaches his peak. How about I burst your nose to take your mind off your groin, sorry. Oh, that's it. Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. Oh, I'm glad you got at least some of it in you, Marky. There's still hope. Give me another one, come on. I wanna hear a hardcore insult. You wanna check your pipes? You'll be checking your windpipe instead after I rammed my fist through your throat. You sound as intelligent as someone who's been sucking on a lead pacifier as an infant. If people compare my butt to your face, they'd think we're twins. Why are you grabbing your crotch, Leatherman? Another migraine? Oh, that one is good. Oh no, that one sucks. Say nothing. Let's go with the 4-1. I like the one. Not bad. Kind of lightweight, but it's decent. Oh, you're the new sec trooper, eh? That's Eros, Phantom, Invictus, champion of the arena. Nice to meet you, Eros. I'm Marcus Werther. I saw you fought through the turret's visual feed. Impressive, unlike this blebomart here. You're getting the hang of it, Marky. Keep poking. Yeah, well, tell us what you need. I want to speak to you, Marcus. I want to speak with you, Tony. Let's see. Let's ask Tony first what's going on. Speak to Marcus if you want to get your gear. Hits the whim that over there. Ah, we can't. Ah, well, what can we do? What do you need? I'm here to correct my paycheck. Okay, Eros, let me see. Yes, here you are. 300 Stygian coins, nice. I've yet to get used to these Stygian coins. I still think in terms of blues, United Stations dollars, I mean. Anyone around here exchanging United Station dollars for Karens? I can do it for you, Eros. In fact, you can also pay in dollars when purchasing items from me or Dr. Savage. Oh. But not from me. No, sorry. I still haven't gotten used to the handling of the Northern Blue Bills. It's messed up my calculation. Besides, dollars look like monorail money. Real steel is where it is at, baby. Real super hardcore steel. Yeah, well, anyway. He hands you the Karens. Here you go, Eros. We can trade those $20 for 30 Stygian coins. Jeez. The dollars are very, very lucrative. Let's go with this. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Doesn't really matter. That's all for now. Alright. I'd like to exchange. Okay, Chief. The Chief told me that to see you to collect my gear right away. Hey, Tone, would you mind handing me one of those suits? Right away. Meanwhile, take this. He hands you a device. Here's a NAVCOM, a navigation and communication device. Its communication range is substantial and should cover the entire Black Sea. Still, I can't tell you how it is going to behave once you move beyond that or into other cave systems or NFT facilities. As for navigation, it's fairly simple. The screen will display a grid square of the currently loaded coordinate system you're in. Now pay attention here. The coordinate system currently displays is the one recovered from an NFT device. This means that the corporation you read on NFT devices are the ones your NAVCOM can point you to. We'll all be using these coordinates during the expedition, so we'll all understand each other, hopefully. He smiles. He points to the NAVCOM display. Right now, we're in D6, as you can see. Just to make it clear, letters represent your position along the east-west axis on the horizontal, numbers along your north-south, which means on the vertical. Here, Tony, it's basically like chess grid. Here, Tony approaches you with a complete suit of IAG's Incorporated combat armor in his hand. As he returns to his spot behind the desk, you notice him putting away a couple of nylon bags, which were most likely used to store the items he just gave you. There's your armor. I don't think I should explain how to put it on. You have your own weapons, or that's what I've been told, but if you need anything from our armory, talk to that guy over there. He points to Ladelman. That's me. That's him. He's also got the weapon attachments, spare parts, and plethora of other related items. If you need energy weapons or anything high-tech, on the other hand, see me. And that should be... Oh yes, wait. Let's just check if this comm is working properly. Push the button. That one there. And say something. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I really have to pee. Let's go with testing. He speaks into his communication. Testing. Can you hear me? All right, everything appears to be in order. The device will display a name next to each of the channels, so you can know who you're talking to. I'm in channel 1. Contact me if you need some help. So this is really cool. We can talk at a distance with these characters. Now, what I love about the developing team of this game is that they introduce such unique mechanisms with their expansion packs that it really feels natural within the game. It's like a complement to the rest of the game. And once you're done, believe it or not, once you're done with the Black Sea, you will feel like you're digressing going back into the underrail. So my advice is try to make as many quests in the underrail as possible. Clear the upper rail as much as possible as well, and leave the last few missions in the back before you go with the end game part. Because the end game part is an entirely different. It's a standalone game of its own, let's call it like that, which does not relate to the rest of the game, which is quite a challenge. So we have to prepare for that in time. It will be fine. It will be fine. Okie dokie. That's it. You got you got your gear, and I hope everything was clear. Anything I can do to help the camp defenses? There is something you can do. The NFT had plenty of automated defenses deployed on this island. Most of it is destroyed, but perhaps there is something we can still use if we knew how. And that is something you can potentially discover during the course of your assignments. You can go and zone out the savages. That solves our problem. Tone, you can't expect him to attack the natives all on his own. There's a lot of them. Oh, or you can. Or can you? He sighs and turns to you. Also, contact me if you find any functional military equipment, and I'll dispatch a boat to transport it to the camp if possible. So, this is amazing. The fact that we have a walkie-talkie. Well, to be honest, in the south, it kind of makes sense that the game initially in the Underrail doesn't use this type of technology. Because if you really think about it, you lose a lot of signal when you are in enclosed spaces such as caverns, and most of the caverns are not wide open, especially when you go into the under caverns and so on. Here everything is an open space because it's a sea, so signal can bounce on a larger distance. It does not get interfered by anything solid in between. So logically, it does make sense that you have the walkie-talkies and communications here and not have it on the other side. Anyway, so he's on channel 1. It's not much to go on, I know, but hopefully something will come up. I'll see you later. Oh, actually, let's barter first. Let's see what you got. And he got quite a few things. For now, I'm not really interested in anything. What the hell is that sound? Can steal stuff. Yeah, somebody's using something. Hi there, fellow southerner. Mercantile. You sneaky rascal. He smiles. Me? I lean closer. You must have smuggled some kind of contraband into the camp during your resupply trip from Core City. Maybe there's something I'd be interested in buying as well. Sorry to disappoint you, Invictus, but I'd never do such a thing. Mostly because Briggs would hang me by my... He glances down. Best friend if he ever found out. He then leans closer and whispers, but his domination, the Invictus, would never reveal it to him, right? Look, Briggs is a bit strict when it comes to certain things like booze or drugs, but I figured the sect troopers are having it real hardcore out here and need some stuff to relax or to give them an edge when the crap hits the zoner. Let me show you what I mean. What the hell is this? Super Soldier Drug. Harder, better, faster. Increases strength, dexterity, agility, constitution, and perception by 2. Whoa. We needed this. Oh gosh. We could get to 14. I'm taking this. And there is no side effect. It is a drug though, so we should be careful. And trance. Puts the consumer in a state of psionic. We don't care about that. We're not psionic. I'm gonna go and check that place. You know where we had to use 14 agility? to jump. Agility, constitution, and perception. Jeez, this is so good. But not intelligence, interesting. And this one, Slackjaw. A sickening, pungent cocktail that causes notable but temporary disruption of higher mental functions for better or for worse. When consumed, increases strength and constitution by 1 and intimidation by 15, but reduces intelligence by 3, obviously. And will by 1. Consuming food will remove. Yeah, we don't want that. A jackhammer, interesting. We don't have to buy it though. Okay, so he has pretty much everything we need, including repair kits and whatnot. Oh, look at this beauty! Barbarian bipod. Okay, that sound is driving me crazy. Okay. Oh, we need to go get the thing. The thing of the thing of the thing of the thing. By the way, this guy wants cigarettes, so if we find any... Actually, I do have a cigarette, but... later on. Everything is so well written, I swear. So, on this monitor, we will find some... let's call them USB sticks, and we'll bring them here, input them into the computer, and we can read the logs. Cigar. An alluring scent invites you inside. It's rich, pleasant, and strong enough to draw a hopper out of its crevice. It's like coffee, but smells infinitely better than the dark brown dust mixed with water consumed throughout the southern underrail. This is something from the north, and if the delightful aroma is an indication tasting, it has to be quite an experience. You take a step forward, the man sitting at the desk looking at the letters and numbers and symbols and various kinds of scrolling across his screen. He hears you and turns around, and in his hand a tea flask of smoking black liquid. It's a coffee after all. You need something? Are you Jeremy Seeger? Professor Oldfield told me to see you. Yeah, the one. You gotta be one of the new sec troopers, huh? Welcome to Hell's Gut, man. The name seems more and more appropriate the more time we spend here. Alright now. Well, anyway, we've got what you've got for me. Professor Oldfield wants to know if you've compiled the recovery data for him. We were under attack, man. Now I may be kind of a person that rarely lifts my ass from the chair, but even I cannot. I am not that extreme to sit extreme. Interesting how he pronounces. It's not a mispronunciation. And sift through this stuff while people are dying like around me. He turns to the computer and opens the file, sighing. But yeah, I do have some of the important bits sorted. I'll send it to him as soon as the network... He glances at his monitor and raises his eyebrows. Oh, Marcus sorted the power extra, sending it now. What is this about, really? This data, the professor mentioned it's kind of like a breakthrough discovery. Oh yes, you betcha. You see, ever since we got here, we've been trying to find a way to enter the building just across from my tent. The keep. The panel by the gate is totally unresponsive, and the walls are extremely thick and sturdy. Hey, the building did survive the Biocorp assault on this island after all. And you know, we don't just want to blow things up here unless we really got to. Now, the building still got power, K, as we're easily picking that up on our instruments, but so far we haven't found a way to interface with that panel. Until I recover this data, according to it, the panel is actually a scanner which authenticates a person based on a small active radio frequency identification, or RFID microchip that is most often implanted in the right hand. So if we find one of these microchips or learn to wait an exit second, why am I telling you all this? Just for him to proceed. Well, okay. We find a working chip and we're in. All other NFT facilities should work the same way, so we'll be able to gain access to those as well if we can get through the natives. So basically, instead of keys, we'll need to implant chips in our hand to open the doors. Anyway, which is kind of high tech if you ask me. Anyway, it seems like every NFT citizen had an implant. These implants also contain some other personal data, but that is secondary importance right now. So where do I find one of these chips? Now that's the an ascending two-note sound interrupts your conversation and something flashes on the bottom of the right screen. Excuse me for a moment, it's the professor. He puts his coffee aside and his headset on, adjusts the microphone and clicks the icon, flashing on the screen. A white pop-up, its top right corner bearing what appears to be the University of this logo, an outline of a frontal view of a grandiose building placed in a circle under which University of this is written in serif fonts. The face of the professor Oldfields appears, speaking words only Seeger can hear. Yes, sir, you did? He turns to you, still talking to the professor. Huh? Yes, he's here. I'll tell him. Interestingly enough, the technology, the way they're talking, the way they're acting, the way they're presenting themselves, the Northerners are very distinct from the Southerners. That much is clear. And sure, we had various characters here and there, especially the Protectorate and so on, that do seem kind of different, but they're a bit standard in their communication. These guys are from a totally different league, you know? Okay, continue. He is still facing you, but his gleaming eyes are looking through you. Oh, thank you, sir. He smiles. I know. I am well aware of this, sir. Excellent. I dropped the comm once the attack started and broke it. Yes, I understand. What did the professor say? Just as you open your mouth, his face disappears behind a broad smile. Really? Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you again, sir. Extra. Yes. I'll tell him what you said. Goodbye. What did the professor say? That you should see him now. Anyway, you stopped at now. That's the... Felt like he said a lot more than that. Actually, the professor will fill you with the rest. Oh, come on, this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, you better go see the professor, damn it. See ya. Okay, see ya. They're a bit more upbeat. There's a bit of ping pong going back and forth, back and forth. You're here, Eros. Good. Seeger just sent me the files and told me to see you. I hope I finally going to learn a bit more information about what's happening here. Certainly. That is why I have asked you that you come into my tent. I wanted to explain to you what this whole expedition is about, what its purpose is, as well as the details of your first mission. For after all, unless you have sufficient wider knowledge of the subject of our interest here, one cannot expect your to perform optimally, you can he? I've been receiving bits and pieces here which have sparked my interest. Excellent. Some three and a half centuries ago, this whole sea, this whole enormous cavern was chosen as the location of major NFT project. The abbreviation standing for New Frontier Technologies, a super corporation that can be said to have been comparable to Biocorp in power and influence, to Biocorp and the other four super corporation to be exact. So basically, it's around 350, well, circa 350 years since they have started colonizing this area. Interesting. One fourth, other fourth. Security agency Bionic Institute Nucleus Corporation Transcendix, which we already had a little bit of interaction with. Alongside BioCorp and NFT, they were the T6, the six super corporations of the pre-descent times. The old wall, if you prefer. NFT is the one we will be focused on. New Frontier Technology is, or was, I should be more accurate, a super corporation primarily dedicated to discovering, exploring, and populating new environments, worlds mankind could only dream of making their homes. Their developed technologies that would allow them to adapt these environments to the needs of mankind, but also to do it in such a fashion as to represent it as much as possible, or in case of barren, desolate places, to breathe new life into them and turn them into something greater. They were explorers, visionaries, futurists, and often follows utopists. We do not, or might not even know, where they had expanded following the descent, and whether they had met any success, but the only place they've settled in that we know of it is right here, under the surface, in the sea, where sadly their success no longer resides. So we don't know if there's more of them, or if they have expanded past this. What was this place called? It must have had a name in NFT time. We don't know, unfortunately. No records exist that could tell us of that. The name we academics use is the Black Sea Project, but that is just how we designated it. We hope that will change soon, though, after we have learned more about this place and what had happened here. Mention something about Biocorp military. Are they responsible for all of this? Which is interesting. Let's see. Yes, it had been known for years that, with great certainty, that it was Biocorp's navy that had demolished NFT's facilities and killed, for all we know, the entire population. It was a holocaust. This very island was the first and last stand NFT had made before their demise. Whoa! So they were taken down quickly. The exact reason for this brutal, merciless act are still under debate, but the best sustained and thus most popular hypothesis is that Biocorp had seen NFT as a competition and sought to eliminate them. Some scholars say that they had been in conflict even before the descent. But then again, there is also strong evidence suggesting that the exact opposite, he shrugs. What is a fact is that Biocorp was the one who initiated the attack on NFT after discovering their facilities here. That much we know from the Central Archive record. But more of this some other time. Let us remain focused on for what we could go on forever on this subject. So, as you can see, Biocorp was quite savage, and just like SGS destroyed the Omega station, so did Biocorp eliminate the NFT. Probably for various similar reasons, because they had conflicts and other things. Who knows? We shall discover the more we play. But it is quite crazy what Biocorp is capable of doing. And especially since these were super corporation, you can imagine the powers they had to even create these things, let alone the destructive powers to clash them like this. It's freaking amazing, the lore and the world they have built here. He takes a sip of water from a plastic cup that had been on the desk since you came in. So far, we've established what NFT was, what their vision was, and that the Black Sea is one of the locations, if not the only, where they attempted to realize it. What follows is their demise at the hands of Biocorp military might, after which things become rather dark, unclear. Our mission here is to unearth history, to piece together the events that had led to NFT inhabiting this place following the descent, to learn what happened during their reign and their technological achievements were, what they'd discover, not only that, but also what happened to in subsequent years after they had ceased to be. Biocorp slowly abandoned the Black Sea after making sure their enemy would not rise again, but we don't know why. They never exploit any of the NFT achievements here, nor expand into their area themselves. Why? This place have been shunned over since, and there has to be a reason. Interesting. A mystery, which makes, yeah, if you think about it, why didn't the Biocorp expand into this area? They had like a lot of resources and a lot of reasons to do it. Although it's quite dubious that they say they were at war with NFT, but there is also evidence that they weren't. There are many questions that await answers, and we hope the expedition will bring us just that, answers. Your ultimate mission, Eros, is no matter that the recovery or escort job you might be sent on, it is to bring us history, technology, art. Have you seen the entangling sculptures that still guard their long dead creators? The lighthouse, proud and beautiful, guiding even those who they were not built to guide. They produce so much, and it would be a shame not to preserve these such marvels. And their technology, born out of super steel, with will to tame the untamable. Their technology could illuminate this dark world for us, like we've never imagined. Oh, he drinks some more water. Goodness me. Even despite the dangers right now, I personally wouldn't be anywhere else but here. Frankly, Professor, I can't wait to get started. You got me all hyped up now, yeah. Excellent. That kind of spirit is precisely what we need. Now, with that out of the way, let's proceed to our mission. Seeger has recently managed to recover data from one of the NPCs. He also shared to me the thing that you're just going to say. Oh, I see. How much did he manage to tell you before I video called him? He told me that the NFT personnel were implanted with these microchips and that they can be used to open the keep at the other facilities. He didn't tell me where to get one though. Ah, good. As far as we know, all personnel had them implanted in their right hand, between the root and one of the thumb and the index finger. But the problem is that all of them bodies we found on the island either had missing or damaged limbs as a consequence of the battle in which they fell. Those that had an intact right hand microchip that are sadly no longer in functional state. Finding bodies is a difficult task since it seems that the largest battle occurred here, right on this island. Those who did not participate have remained locked in this facility. Most probably, and these facilities we cannot open. I should say, because there is one to the west storage depot. Hold on, Chief Briggs mentioned a whole recovery team going after this. Shouldn't we all be briefed? The chief has been busy, so I'm not aware if he has assembled the team yet. Regardless, everyone else had been briefed about the thing we just discussed. I've told you my part. The rest is up to Chief Briggs. See him in his tent. I've forwarded the data Seeger sent me. He checks the computer. Yes, I did. There. That is all I had for you. Do you have any other questions? Our discussion was most interesting, but I will head straight to Chief now. had a few more questions for you. Yes? What can you tell me about Seeger? Ah, Jeremy, yes, good fellow, one of the finest students at the Faculty of Information Technologies, and the head of the University IT Center. And he's been an assistant of mine in the field for a few years now, even though his appearance might not suggest it in the least. That's nothing special for a southerner, really. Regular street looks. Yes, I've seen enough in Core City, but goodness me, he wasn't like that. He looked normal by our standards, at least. It all began with his recent move to Hexagon. Hexagon? Hexagon is the second largest city in North Underrail, second only to this. But once you can you imagine this being super huge? Step into it, and if you're stepped into another world, it's a tech hub, a haven for tech heads and tech criminals alike. But to me, it looks more like a tech slum with all the stores, augmentation shops, cyber centers, tech armories, all crammed together in this confined vertical space that is Hexagon. Maybe in the second game we will be able to augment our bodies a little bit like with Cyberpunk. You have all these crazy limbs that you can attach and be like an ultra unstoppable cyborg. Who knows? As I said, North is totally different than South. As usually it is in most continents. Usually the resources and the wealth goes into the most developed parts of the continent or of the country, but depends on the nation's geopolitical positioning, of course. In this case, the South wasn't so fortunate, but the North seems to be doing much better. And Seeger naturally found this attractive. Indeed, there are some things you can only find in Hexagon, and I can understand, but by the caverns, this recent virtual mixed reality, whatever it is, craze that spread among the hexagons has captivated, magnetized Jeremy as well. I was seriously considering taking someone else to this expedition, fearing he'd show up with visible ocular implants or some other kind of augmentation done in some shoddy hexagon shop. You should have seen some of those people. Seeger appearance is just a mild case of exposure to hexagonian depravity. But, oh, hexagon sounds so epic. But he is an expert at what he does, and I need him here. Tell me about the super corporations. Security Agency, Bionic Institute, Nucleus Corporation, Transcendix. Alongside Biocorp and NFT, they were the T6. The of the pre-descent times, the old wall, if you prefer. Tell me about the other four corporations. As far as it is known, before the descent, the end of history, as some old records call it, there were 6 super corporations, big so-called multinational or transnational corporations, all members of the T6 group. These super corporations were by the end the most powerful political entities of the pre-descent world. This goes 3.5 centuries ago. Can you imagine this? So 112 was the time on that log. So it's around the middle. Who knows? Maybe we're technically we are 150 years later here. Maybe 100. Who knows? Or 200. They are Biocorp, very well known to us all. New Frontier Technologies, Nucleus Corporation, Bionic Institute. What does the T6 stand for? At some point in the pre-descent history, this group was formed in order for the super corporations to collectively maintain, negotiate, and defend their interests primarily against the nation states. What are the nation states? Which were these political entities unified by wholly different factors than those of supercorporations. So they were interesting. What are these nation states? Well, Aros, it's in simple terms, a nation is an old concept whereas the political identity of a certain people matches their cultural identity. Take a group of people speaking the same language, sharing the same territory, origin, ethnicity, and mentality, and give them consciousness of their political identity. Imagine all South Underrail unite under the same banner, so to speak, and working towards the same goal, and being comprised of people who are very much alike. Currently, there is no unity, but each station has its own interests and its own way of life. Would there be nation stations? Goodness me. Wouldn't say it can't be done, but nation states were large communities spanning great territories. Stations are small, minuscule in comparison. The word nation simply implies something greater than that, at least to me. Of course, as with many things in life, how nations define themselves or other nations was often a matter of debate, disagreement, and violent conflicts, but that is a whole different topic. Did you personally choose Aegis Incorporated for this expedition? So interesting that he's talking about the nations and how huge they were. It kind of puts in perspective how in what state humanity has ended up being. We're just like scratching the I don't know the remains of our civilizations down here. Okay, so did you choose the Aegis Incorporation? It wasn't my decision alone, Eros. Not by, but they were my top choice as well. They are simply the best in the business of security contractors. Plenty of experience in most of these SEC troops, protectorate veterans, as you may know. They were an obvious choice for this kind of mission. And Chief Briggs, did you know each other from before? Richard and I have met a few times. They were lecture of mine. Unimportant, but goodness me, we didn't as much as strike up a conversation. Only when I needed to speak with him regarding his employment for the Black Sea expedition did we really, how should I say, get acquainted. Over the course of these 2 weeks, it grew into friendship. By the caverns, I hope we all make it out of this alive. This whole expedition seems like an expensive endeavor. Did the University of this finance this? I'm afraid the expedition finance do not concern you, and they won't be discussed here. All you need to know is that you will be paid the amount you and Chief Briggs had agreed on, and you will be paid on time. Now, please, I ask you to not insist on the matter any further. Oh, interesting. This game has attitude. They're like not letting you decide what you want to ask of them. They will decide what they want to tell you. Oh, what am I doing here? So the chief is either here on... I think the chief is in the next area. I don't know, I think using the rift makes them all angry with me. I'm not sure why yet. We will probably find out. Where the hell was the chief? I seriously do not remember. Here? Yeah, Chief Briggs. Eros saluted him, Chief. Have you finished Professor Oldfield's task? Yes, sir. He also explained to me our missions here, and he introduced me to the first assignment before sending me here. Very good. Have you collected your gear from Marcus? Yes. Very good. You are assigned Your assignment is to find a working microchip so that we can pass the authentication and authorization scan in order to enter that keep and other facilities. If the data Seeger has recovered is correct, but we have little reason to doubt it at this point. We might have noticed that there is no one else present with you. That's because you will be going on this mission alone. May I ask why, sir? I will give you the reason in just a moment. The West Storage Depot is where we're likely to find one of these microchips since it's the only facility that's currently accessible. However, during our original recon of the Black Sea, we've noticed several locations where engaged between NFT and Biocorp forces have taken place. There could be bodies there with functional microchips, but we'll need to do more thorough search of the areas. These locations are close to native territory, so I'll dispatch one heavily armed recovery team to investigate this location as soon as I'm done with you. Meanwhile, West Storage Depot is located not too far from here, and while not free of danger, it's less likely to turn into a war zone. Therefore, we'll have several locations covered with which interests our chances of finding these microchips. If we're able to do that quickly and before the natives are able to reconsolidate their forces and attack us again, we will be able to withdraw all our teams back to the camp in time for defense. Understood. What can you tell me about the West Storage Depot? It's currently home to a community of mutees. We haven't tried making any contact with them so far. You'll be our first representative. Our jet ski patrols have approached the island a few times, and while the mutees did not respond with hostilities, doesn't mean that they won't to your presence, especially not after this attack. We don't know anything of their relations with the natives, but all of our observations so far have been shown the area to be free of natives. Oh. To summarize, you are to sail west of B7, enter NFT facility, and attempt to obtain a functional ARFID microchip. If the muties are cooperative, try to extract any useful information from them. How you choose to accomplish your assignment is up to you. In conclusion, your briefing, Sec Trooper Jenkins is back from patrol and is waiting for you at the docks to give you the keys to your jet ski. Ooh la la. You will need it to reach the island. Jet ski. I don't know if you call them what you call them here differently, but I'm talking about the single seat jet propelled vessel. You've seen them on the dock, but I don't know how to ride a jet ski. The ones we use are quite simple to operate. Jenkins will tell you all you need to know. That would be all, Eros. Would you mind answering a couple of questions before I leave? Only if it's something important. What's the camp security status? There are currently 34 sec troops defending the camp. There were 35. Whoops. Our firearm and ammunition supplies are very good. High-tech equipment supplies very good. Medical supplies very good. Our jet ski numbers are very good. Keep this in mind. This is related to after each attack, kind of with the savages. Ask him about the status, so you can kind of get an idea of what's happening with in which area they're lacking and kind of be more prepared for that. I don't know if you can influence anything, but we shall see. That is all. What can you tell me about the pirates? They are a high-level threat, especially now after the native invasion. They are mostly concentrated in the southern bay, along the eastern coast, and have regular jet ski patrols along their perimeter and within the bay. They mostly employ light to heavy firearms and other low-tech projectile weapons, but their fortifications also have large caliber machine guns, especially at their main base. So don't go near the main base. Unless you join them, of course. We shall see how that's possible later on. Did they oppose your arrival? Of course. There were a number of incidents at first when we arrived, mostly between our and their jet ski patrols. They were aggressive, but we came prepared and have managed to repel all of their incursions into our territory. But we didn't come here to wage wars. It wasn't our original plan to have a permanent camp on this island, as we are in the open and could be observed and attacked from all sides. Not to mention, it would exacerbate the tensions with the pirates due to our proximity to their position. We instead plan to move further north, unaware of the native presence there. Who are those natives anyway? I can offer you little information about outside of what you've already seen for yourself. They control the entire northern region of the Black Sea. They employ primitive weapons and technology, but their great numerical advantage, familiarity with the terrain, and relentlessness has turned them into an obstacle we haven't been able to overcome. So no one outside of the Black Sea knows anything about them? Nothing that would prepare us for what we encountered here. They were an unexpected threat which has, together with pirates, wildlife, disease, and environmental conditions, forced us into their deadlock we're in. And yet, we are still unable to understand the exact relations between the natives and the pirates, although I find it highly doubtful that they formed any kind of alliance based on our observations. What can you tell me about the recovery teams? There is currently only one active recovery team, Alpha. It's essentially a fire team composed of 5 of my best sec troopers. I've yet to dispatch them, but just like you, their mission is to research and for a microchip implant. They're on channel 6 on your NAVCOM if you need to contact them. So let's do something interesting. First of all, let's see the equipment that we have received. So we received an Aegis Sec Troop Armor. Come on, sit on your position mouse. A tactical vest worn by the Aegis Incorporated Sec Troopers, made from Tyrus Ultra High Molecular Weight polyethylene fibers. It is lighter than most of the other vests, while it has the same, at the same time offering improved protection. Mechanical damage. So the armor penalty is only 7%, which is really cool. But reduced bullet damage from critical hits 25%. And mechanical damage threshold increased by 225 against bullets and shotgun shells. This is nice and all, but it's not our intention to do that. A lightweight combat helmet made from the same thing, used by Aegis Incorporated. The built-in respirator provides limited biohazard protection, so it's like a biohazard suit in a way, but it is quite strong. Mechanical, let's see how, it's a 1, okay. We'll keep this around. Mechanical damage threshold increased by 100% against bullets and shotgun shells. Changes to get critically hit by weapon and unarmed attacks reduced by 2%. That's nice. But it has other issues. On the other hand, we're just gonna set it over here. Because we do not need it. And for now, I'm gonna put you here as well. Where is that thing though? Oh, there it is. So we're gonna put the NAVCOM over here. The NAVCOM, so the Redinger 450 NCD is a rebranded Biocorp Hermes 450 navigation and a communication device. It offers long-range two-way radio as well as a receiver capable of acquiring data from the Underrail positioning relay system, North Underrail only, of using advanced but less accurate integrated algorithms to determine the device's position in the three-dimensional space, supports various map formats, and programmable coordinate system among many other features. So if we use it, we can check our stored coordinates. C Black Expedition Camp, D5, D6, E5, E6, which means 4 sectors. West Storage Depot, B7. So we got some stored coordinates to know where they are. So manually select a frequency. We can't right now. Select a channel. If we go to channel recovery team, let's go see what the RTA leader is speaking over. We've been ambushed by a giant hermit crab. Neutralized it before it could get close. This was hiding in an AFT crate. Oh. Be on the lookout. Resuming mission. Okay. This also means that you can take kind of quests without returning to the camp, which is really cool. Jet ski patrols. Report. Recently encountered green serpent. Scared them off. Nothing else to report over. Camp security. What's our status? Everything is in order, no hostiles in sight. So this way you can find out if the camp is going to be attacked or not. Dr. Savage. Just talk to me. Out. Professor Oldfield. I prefer if it spoke in person. Oldfield out. Yahota. Too lazy to climb the lighthouse? I need to speak to you in person. Where can I find you? Over. Top of the lighthouse in the camp. Fine, over. Chief Briggs, speak to me in person. Channel 1 Marcus, there's no need to use the NAVCOM arrows. I'm right here, out. Yeah, sure, obviously. So if we go to the map right now, we are presented with the locations here. This is the entrance. And I don't know, does it say anywhere? I don't think it does say anything. But if I remember correctly, there should have been... So we know that the expedition is D5, E5, D6, E6. And West Storage is on B7. So if we're on D5, let's see. So B5 is here, D5. C and B should be around this place. This is 6, 7, it should be around somewhere here. If I remember correctly. We shall see. We shall see. Let's talk to her in person. No. Really? Well, let me test this. Let me do a hardcore save. We're gonna test something here. We're gonna extend our playthrough for 2 hours. It's just my Christmas gift. Yahota! Cold air surrounds the roof. Yahota stands still, gazing at the sea, her cloak flopping the wind, which doesn't seem to bother her at all. She glances at you, but somewhat incompletely, as though allocating anything more than an edge of her peripheral vision to identify you is redundant. It's you, what is it? Hey there. She nods, her eyes scanning the vast, gloomy sea. What can you see from here? You got eyes as well, perception, look around. Let's put them to the test. Well, there's a spider on a giant spider on the island northwest of here, for instance. She looks northwest without squeaking. Yes, I see it. That's a good catch. Still, I need some information of the surrounding location and what is and has been going on around here. She inhales and exhales slowly as her eyes are panning across the scenery. South, it's nothing but the Jaws, as the locals call it, and that glowing moonlight on the cliff. We'll look at that later on, we shall see. West to the island, there that's where the muties live. So I was, yeah, west. Yeah, so I identified them correctly. Not much activity there generally. East. Ah, no, sorry, I didn't identify them. So west is on the other side. Or maybe the coordinates are. We shall see. East and southeast pirates territory. Lots of lightweight, lots of jet patrolling around. Also, the whole eastern side of the Black Sea is basalt rock, but there's also a lot of that red vegetation there. Ah, to the east, interesting. North, now that's fragging savage land. Lots of activity there. Ever since we moved in, there are a few spots which are well illuminated. That must be where their villages are. Northeast, there's plenty of vegetation there. And some kind of fragging mist. Damn. If I know what it is, can't see much there generally. She pauses. There's also a guy cruising around on a crane ferry. Old man, armed, refuses to cooperate. Could be a pirate, as I've seen him sail into their port numerous occasions. I've also seen him go north into the savage territory. She falls silent for a moment. Gotta keep my eyes peeled at all times. It appears as though you can see a lot from here, but everything's a lot closer than you think. Gotta say, stay alert. I'm interested in the enemy activity. Pirates or savage? Let's go with the pirates. Lots of pirate jet ski patrol about. They could be up to something. And the natives? Lots of activity that's there ever since we moved in. They're probably preparing for another attack. There was something else I wanted to ask you. Can you see the ferryman anywhere? She nods. He's talking at the pirate base, so she's kind of giving you the location. She's like a GPS locator. He follows a fairly constant route, visiting the Muties Island and the pirates base before going north again. So 3 locations. Possibly 4, I'm not sure. Tell me about the surrounding areas. South. We already know that. Tell me about yourself. No, sorry. You don't seem very pleased with me being around. Company is a distraction. I don't like distractions. But you fight well, so you're worth something. Guess I can tolerate you. Oh, thank you. Tell me about yourself. She gives you a freezing glance before returning to her duty. Silence ensues. Oh, that's a lot of information you give me. Tell me about the monolith then. Can't tell you much, never seen anything like it before. It's strange, glowing, angular structure. There is a human-shaped statue beside it. At first I thought it was a pirate, but it never moved. It's got something on its hands, but I can't tell what it is because of the glow. That's all I've got for you. It's a lot colder up here. Where's all the warm air rising from? Yeah, where is the air rising from below? She nods. There's cold air current coming from the crevice up there. She points to a crevice in the cavern ceiling north of you. You can see some bats approaching it from the side and being carried off course some 10 meters south. This is interesting. This might mean that is a crevice that goes to the surface. And it's hitting just this frigging lighthouse. How good of a shot are you? Outstanding. She glances at you. Damn, you got dumb questions. Frigging dumb. Don't you have any surveillance and detection equipment you can use? NV and thermal cameras, auto turrets, perimetral omni sensors, and other automatic detection system. We bought it all. Then why not install some of it up here? She scans the sea from the east to the west. The hell's got too busy. It's too busy of a place. The automatics get confused, start false alarms. Cannot be entirely relied upon. Cameras, they require keen human eyes behind them. Mine are keenest around here. All the optic equipment I've ever needed is in this scope. She looks at it, then through it she carries on with her duty. Okay, I'll see you later. Nice chat. So, let me test the theory first. Are they going to attack me if I just talked with her and didn't do anything else? Okay, they're not angry. Now let's do another hardcore save and see what's wrong, because there is definitely something wrong. Maybe it's the fact that I'm drinking the juice? No, they're not angry now. But the moment I pass through, for example, let's go to South Station, South Core City entrance. And now I try to go back to the Black Sea Expedition camp. She doesn't care. I freaking don't get it. Probably they're not upset now. Well, I need to go to the Core City and resupply on my thing. Where is it? Actually, let's go to the Oculus first. Storage. Let's buy some stuff. I can't sell anything interesting here. Curious. You don't have any barrels? Well, that's kind of sad. But it is what it is, we shall see. That's not a problem right now. Then let's go get ourselves some more MK2 or MK3. It should be around here. And let's take this with us. G. No, incendiary bolts. Create all of them. We're gonna take all of the bolts from here. MK2, but I'm having a lot of MK3 with me. Although I wouldn't mind taking some MK2 and MK in these ones. And where are the normal bolts? What? I don't have any no. Oh, yeah. Ah, what? I'm confused. Ah, they're here. Okay, let's try to go back. And now this is the moment of truth. If they attack me, I'm screwed. Yeah, they didn't attack me. Weird! It's really weird. I don't really understand the concept of what happened there. Okay, so we're gonna go here to our food locker. We can recognize it because it's the only bed we can. We can also sleep in the bed, which is really nice. You know what I didn't take? More juice. Which is a problem if you ask me. Since we've gotten this thing, I'm actually thinking, let's take a fast journey. Or should I? Nah. I'll do that next episode. Okay, and don't worry about the juice. We can get more all the time. Okay, let's see with Dr. Savage here if we can have a little conversation. The man, covered in blood of various shades of red, draws tranquility from the cigarette, which has almost been reduced to what appears to be its filter, a small red tube that has been acid filtered, written on it. The doc presses a button on the side of it and releases the discard of the cigarette carcass right at the top of the ashtray graveyard. The tranquility was brief and clears with the smoke, and he speaks to you in a low-spirited, coarse baritone voice. There goes the last one, he sighs. He observes you briefly. We haven't met. I'm Dr. Bryn Savage. Don't even think about making any jokes, okay? Now tell me, how bad is it? It's quite savage. Just a couple of scratches. Then you'll need a couple of bandages. So he might provide us with other stuff if we provide him with some cigarettes, it seems. Looks like you've got a lot of work on your hands around here. I've got to catch a break from time to time. He sighs. Our medical team is quite small, whereas the amount of people that need our assistance is getting increasingly larger. It's Curtis, the sergeant, a couple of sec medics, and myself. That's the medical team. Biology. Need an extra pair of hands. Are you a doctor? I know the basic RTAs. Not exactly, but I've traveled a lot of serious injuries over the years. Let's put it this way. I'm good at saving lives as I'm good at taking them. Oh, that sounds creepy. Let's go with the second one. Is that so? He runs his hands through his mustache. I'll keep that in mind. We got everyone stabilized at the moment. But if I happen to need your help, I'll let you know. The battle was quite vicious. Indeed, he sighs. We haven't seen the last of these barbarians, not by a long shot. What should I be worried about the most while I'm here? Death. He sighs. First and foremost, never drink untreated water. If you absolutely must, however, boil it at first. The water's full of bacteria, parasites, even toxic chemicals. We used aqua cleans to treat the water, so if it's as safe to drink as possible as it can. Aqua Clean. It's, a quality brand of water filtration unit. They're good. Where was I? Now, next, if you are going out on a mission, make sure you stock up. Among other medical supplies, antidotes, really stock up. A lot of the creatures here are highly venomous, especially the sea serpents. They've got all over the sea. We've lost far too many men to these spawns of evil already, so you do your best to contribute to the body count. Not to contribute. What else is there? You're a southerner, yeah? Yeah. I can tell it by your accent. Okay, now, if say looking up the ceiling makes you feel dizzy, if you experience inexplicable anxiety, sweating, or even seizure, or anything of a kind, come see me without delay. What does that this have to do with me being a southerner? Because southerners suffer from this disorder the most, he sighs. Look, if you feel funny, talk to me, okay? I think it covers the basics. The rest is common sense. Tell me about the anxiety disorder that the southerner seems to suffer the most. I've got to treat many to. I've got to return to my patients. I don't have time to go into this. Not now. Yeah, he's not gonna tell us. It's an interesting condition, if I remember correctly. He's He's not feeling very well. Let's also try to talk to this guy before we leave for the Muti Islands. He rubs his left eye with yawns. Oh, you're back. He takes a sip of the coffee. What do you do around here? Well, I'm the person who gets called when a cooler in someone's desktop is louder than ass. When a mobile ain't working right due to fat finger syndrome and and inappropriate usage in general, or when I lost all my data because the power died, when in fact his data is fine, he just doesn't know where he's been saving it. Oh, that's hardcore. He sighs. What I was actually brought here to do is data recovery, decryption analysis, Excel, not Excel, but other type of Excel. But some people don't realize what that and bug me each and every triviality they encounter. So if your mobile is acting funky, please leave me out of it, Xile. The coffee you're drinking, this? Never seen coffee before. He pauses, watching you while a pillar of smoke from the hot coffee pirouettes between you and him. With a commiseration in his eyes, he softly proceeds. You don't have any coffee beans here. Coffee beans? Whoa, I'm sorry. I knew things were bad here, but this bad. Sit. Sit. But you have like hydroponics, right? You are capable of growing certain plants here. Then why not real coffee? I don't get it. My home station has hydroponics, but I haven't seen many anywhere else. He shakes his head. No man, no man should live without Xin coffee. You know, I got some more here. He glances at the coffee maker on the table. You want one? I wouldn't very much like some. I would very much like some coffee, perhaps later. But don't forget your coffee, your offer. I won't. Don't worry. You're using some strange words. I'm not familiar with the one starting with the X. Oh, like extreme exit. It's complicated. It's hexagonian X slang. Sorry, I totally forgot you're southerner and you don't know about that stuff. I mean, don't take it the wrong way, man. It's just that you people prefer the arena, okay? Since that's what you have here. I mean, not because one it's worse than the other. Actually, it's not really good comparison at all because I should just, I mean, stop talking now. Forget I said anything. Silence. It's alright. No need to stress over it, man. I'm not stressed at all. He takes a sip from his tea flask and shakes his head sideways, vacantly staring forward. Not at all. Tell me about the hexagon. Professor already told me a bit, but I'd like to hear more. You know, man, maybe some other time. It's kind of a broad topic, and I've got work to do. Some other time, he sips from the some coffee. What can you tell me about the AR FID microchips? Uh, it stands for Active Radio Frequency Identification. Basically, it means that the microchip has its own power source as opposed to passive chips which get powered by a reader. The data I've recovered with a lot of effort tells me that the NFT used these chips originally for sorting personnel and medical history, to monitor and host the health status, and to keep track of their location. So, kind of like a GPS tracker. I don't know how the microchip is being powered by a battery or even by the host itself, but I bet they did a good job on it considering everyone's got them. So, when did the authorization come into the picture? So, the log mentioned just that. I have seen that the NFT didn't really have much need for authorization checks, okay, but the implemented this system to make it more difficult for Biocorp to enter their facilities. Considering they never made it into the keep, it worked. Intelligence. You said microchip tracks the host's health status. What if they made it so a microchip won't work without a live host? Huh, that makes sense. So you can't just chop someone's hand and use it to pass the authorization. And besides, if the microchips are being powered by the host's body, they might not even work at all. They could be powered by other means, then, but what if they're self destructive? They haven't been left unpowered for a while as a precaution. Well, we'll figure it out once we find one of the microchips. If nothing else, maybe it will help us learn how the how to trick the system. In any case, we need it, okay? Tell me, okay. Appreciate it. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Okay, so far we've spoken to everyone that we were interested in. Oh, just one more thing. Let me check if I can sell bullets here. I want to ask, well, first of all, oh yes, we can sell bullets. Oh, he has a lot of money. Thank you. I should have taken some repair kits with me. Still have 9 minutes. Let me go get the repair kits. Let me go and get some resupplies. Up, 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 up. Oh, the stairs are annoying. Core City entrance. I kind of like it at the Core City entrance. I don't have to pick up many things. I could have put them in the house, but this one is much easier, in my opinion. So, first of all, we want around 4 of these with us. We might want all of these. I might take more of these and more of this. Super Healy Hypo. We'll get those later on in abundance and whatever. And we want the repair kit, so I'm gonna get half of this and half of this. And unfortunately, I think I'm gonna take all of this actually. Yeah, I know I'm heavy. Might as well take all of this. What else? What else? The cigar. I have some cigars, but that's for later. Please do not shoot me. Let's see. Bam. Bam. So let's put them into our thingy. Over here, into the footlocker. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. À bientôt. Okie dokie. I know. We're old. We're old. And slow. I'm gonna keep 2 on me. I'm gonna put this here. This here. This here. I don't care about the rest. This here. We're gonna keep only 15. Put them in here. I don't need so many of this. I definitely don't need so many of this. Or this, or this. I don't need you. I definitely do not need so many of this. Or this. Or this. And this as well. I think 5 should be enough. I'm gonna leave this here for now. Actually no, I'm gonna keep this with me. Well, actually let's take off 100. Freak it. Incendiary. We shall see. We shall see. For now, we are prepared well enough. 114. So let's get our ski jet. Just take a lot of time doing things here. It's super nice. Wait, where is the... Ah, Jenkins. This is the guy. Also keep in mind you have some... The fusion cells are to recharge it, and the repair kits is because they get messed up. I'm gonna get a scrap jet. Sec Trooper Eros, I'm Sec Trooper Jenkins. Pleased to meet you. The chief sent me here to receive the keys to one of the jet skis. Have you ridden one before? No. Don't worry. While there are many different types of jet ski, the one you'll be using fairly simple and to operate. To put the key into the ignition, start it, hold the bars with both hands and press the lever behind them to accelerate. Most jet skis do not have any brakes. You simply release the levers and the force of the water will stop it fast. Jet skis are simple to operate, but it takes some time getting used to riding them. Also, don't make sudden turns until you gain some extra experience, okay? Now, while technically you can use a variety of type of energy cells to charge the jet ski, it is best to use high capacity fusion cells. These have been specially designed to be used with vehicles and large machinery. What else? Yes, if your jet ski runs out of power, don't worry, your backup generator will automatically kick in. It will allow your jet ski to move, but it is going to be very, very, very slow. You'll be using one of the 2 makeshift jet skis we acquired recently. Yours is the largest one. Do not let their appearance deceive you. They are mechanically in good condition, but I thought I was going to get one of the good ones. They are far too valuable to be given to inexperienced personnel. For now, you will be using the one I showed you. I understand. Can I get the keys now? Yes, here you are. If you need energy cells to recharge your jet ski, see Marcus, and remember, it's best to use high capacity fusion cells for maintenance, repairs, and technical inquiries. Talk to Landelman. That is all the time I have. I need to return to my patrol duty soon. Good luck, Sec Trooper, and take care of your jet. Don't worry, high-techs, I know how to handle these babies. She nods and leaves. I didn't even know she was a girl. Now, which one is ours? Well, we can take this one or this one. Let me just save so we don't make anything stupid. Although, I am quite curious. Oh, you don't have the keys for that one. Okay, it's this one. Oh, look at this beauty. And we can lock it. So nobody can steal it. I don't know if somebody steals it or not. You can also click on it and check the information, but it also has an inventory, which means... How the hell do I get off of it? Ah, it's this one. Disassemble. Disembark. We need to get some repair kits. Actually, I could have gone... I'm just gonna buy them. So we're gonna take some batteries and stuff. These ones. Just take 2 of them. Can I ask you anything else? No. I was told to... Well, first of all, let me buy one of those things from you, but where are they? Here it is. Weight 150, they're quite heavy, so I'm just gonna take one of it. No, they're not, they're 5. Okay, I was told to talk to you if I had any questions about jet skis. Yeah, I've been in love with the jets since I was a teen. I ride them, I fix them, I know all about them. Is there any way for me to get a better jet ski around here? Yeah, Invictus, I hear ya. A crappy jet feels like betting your coins on a challenger whose use its actual name. Oh. Not that it ever happened to me, nah. If you want something better, he leans closer to so Marcus couldn't hear you could jet out to the Black Sea and visit Ray's shop at the Core City Dock, eastern section, where we were at, remember? Dominating selection of jets and parts, and Ray himself is hardcore guy, real hardcore. In and out, no one will know. So basically steal. Or you can probably talk with him and buy them, I don't know. I need some parts for the jet ski. Do you happen to sell any? I can only sell you vehicle parts kits. Everything else strictly regulated, and the only paperwork I can stand is the pipework paperwork, if you know what I mean. Haha. Anyway, see ya. See Ray, you'll have anything you need. I'm out. No one will know. Have you ever worked for Ray? It seems kind of an obvious choice for you. It's been a dream come true. I mean, wouldn't wanna be working with the most dominating jets in South Underrail. It's like working with a steep joint where the girls don't talk. But, he shrugs, things just haven't worked out yet. It's like when you were a kid and had a crush on that cute chick, but either some other guy got to her or you got some other girl. The timing wasn't never right, you know, but she was kind of always in the back of your head. The good old days. But after I'm done here, I'll go see Ray yet again. Swear on my sister's Lily. I need some help fighting on the jet ski. Wait. The Invictus himself is asking me for help with fighting? Me? He's speechless for a moment. He's dotting his eye, reflecting his mental search for the right words. Hardcore. Your fandom pleases the Invictus, but we haven't got all day. Yeah, jets are wobbly. Fighting though, I'm not dominate, I may not dominate, but I've had enough experience zoning out free looters and other kinds of sea zoners to humbly say I'm pretty hardcore. Free looters. You know, random pirates wannabes who think they're hardcore just because they've got something vibrating under their crotch. So, can you give me a few tips? I can give you more than tips. I could teach you some of the basic naval combat for a totally free of charge. Excellent. Yeah. To your And Marco's surprise, he jumps on the table, his head bursting against the tent roof upon standing fully straight, upright. Now, Invictus, rock the table back and forth. Think like a wave. Wave, whoosh, and whoosh, and whoosh, rock the table. He shakes his head. Zone, zone me out with a rusty pipe. I said wave, not wave. Make me feel like I'm on a jet, back and forth, back and forth. Why not do this in the real jet? My lesson, my teaching methods. Be a wave. Yeah, now pay attention and dialogue. You step down from the table, and Lendelman stops rocking it. There you go, Invictus. Now you're ready to do all of that on a real jet. Was it a good serpent? Was I a good serpent? Gotcha, leg. You're gonna die. Uncanny. Yeah. Where did you say Rob's shop was? At the eastern docks in Core City, dominating section of the jet and parts. And Ray himself is a hardcore guy, real hardcore. Have you ever... Okay, never mind. I want to ask about some of the people in the camp. Tell me about Professor... Oh! Tuttlin? Interesting. Tell me about Professor Oldfield. Professor Oldfield is one of the most respected professors at the University of this and one of the rare experts in the area of supercorporations and Biocorp history. It was his research effort which led to the organization of this expedition. You Northerners and your la-di-da schools here, you just need some common sense beaten into you with a sudden leather belt when you're young, and off you go. But education institution provides a proper learning environment and a synthetic approach to teaching wherein students under the direction of qualified teachers can progress quickly and without gap in knowledge, which often occurs when they're self-taught. And then you get folks which can spew out long la-di-das sentences but can't even catch a damn hopper. There's also brainwashing. Don't forget brainwashing, Marky. They're teaching you what they want you to know, like their history and their math. There's no point in arguing with you, Tone, is there? Because life gave me all the best arguments, Marky. both of the professor. You know, when I heard about the expedition, I was real worried about who I was going with to the Hell's God. I felt easier when I saw Aegis with lots of guns, yeah. But meeting the head of the expedition, now you gotta have someone who knows his stuff and ain't a derailed man who's gonna get you all zone out. But when I talked to the professor, I liked him. He knew his stuff, seemed level-headed, and offered me a lot of coins. And might even learn something interesting here. I ain't interested learning, Marky. I'm just against school, but you know what? If someone ever put a gun to my head and forced me to go to school, I'd ask for Professor Oldfield to teach me. Oh, that's so adorable. Otherwise, I'd just eat the bullet. Tell me about Chief Briggs. Chief Briggs is now, even though both of you expect me to dislike our good old Briggsy, I've gotta give the man credit for what he's doing here. Briggsy? No, I hardcore serious. The man is responsible not only for his client but for his soldiers and any left-handed zoner who thought he was gonna stuff his pants with so much coin he was gonna look like his cobbles have turned into boulders after his gig. It ain't easy. Yes, I get scolded all the time, but ain't always wrong. He may be grumpy jerk, but he's gotta keep this place running and safe. I dig that. It's stressful. He wasn't as grumpy when we first came here, after all, and he may be so stuck up. We got the point, Tone. His sense of humor might be as absent as Marky's liveliness, as absent as your sense of decency or knowing where to shut up. We've got 2 supply trips and to Core City ago. We got it to whatever. Tone. Heh, I like him when he's good, when he's got a good comeback. Tell me about yourself, Landelman. Well, Invictus, I'm what you call it, a Tony of all trades. My life has had so many twists and turns and tunnels and crevices and drops and whatnot that I never got a chance to settle in one of the place on one job. You've been living in Core City for 5 years, that's worth something. Well, yeah, but we're in Core City. I used to live in the drop zone at first, fixing shacks and cooking barrel soup until I could get out of that place. That hairy, greasy zoner who mistook me for his wife one night is an experience I'll never recover from. Oh, in my heart, in my hardcore sister really didn't help me out. I would been snuggling with fat zoners for a few more months. Bunch of smelly drop-offs. Only after I rent a place in the residential area did I start living like a man. Do you know where the Wardle residence is? That's where I'm living right now. You son of a fat rat. Could you zone out to... Oh, wait, right. Anyway, I've got here because of my pal Denki Max. He told me some whims from the north were looking for a guide. Yet they somehow picked him. Yet that shut up. I've been all over South Underrail, born in junkyard, fixed quad in a rail crossing, hunted in Hatter, mined in Foundry, and lived, but most importantly, I was raised on a damn boat. My dad, a sailor like no other, he took me all over the waterways before I got my first jet and could ride alongside him. He's one of the rare people who had the guts to sail through the Black Strait and peer into Hyle's guts. Swear on my sister Lily. And now I'm here, Tony Landelman. He turns to you, helping the ungrateful wimp over there. Ha 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 ha. What can you tell me about Yahota? Marcus, what can you... Yeah, let's talk about Marcus. I'm a SEC engineer. I handle weapons, electronic equipment, shield emitters, turrets, surveillance, to those sorts of things. Hey, how long have you been here again? About 3.5 years. I'm one of the newer and younger employees here, and as most SEC troopers are either experienced protectorate soldiers or have worked in security or law enforcement for a while. 3.5 years on a single job. Damn, I change I change socks. Bad example. He doesn't change the socks. I change them often. Well, even though I might have be hard to say so in conditions like this, I'm happy working for IGES Incorporated. They pay is good, but most importantly, I find being in as a SEC engineer a lot more satisfying and fulfilling than what I did before, no matter how tough supporting this entire operation may be. Ain't life perfect, Marky? I felt the same when I switched from assembling hand grenades to repairing machine guns. Safer, simpler job that paid better. And the proprietor had this hot blonde daughter. Come to think of it, I lost the job because of her. Yeah. Oh, our life stories are exactly the same. He smiles. Sure are, Marky, sure are. We just gotta make it out of here alive. Oh man, they're just the best. I love them both. They're epic. What can you tell me about Yahota? She's what we call a security specialist. Sex spec Yahota? No, sex specialist. She assumes roles which require expertise beyond that of the normal SEC trooper. The general population thinks our jobs consist of simply escorting and protecting clients from one place to another. But as you've seen yourself by now, we are capable of doing much more than that. We sometimes need to function like a small army and thus require people with a variety of skills. Oh, she is a master of infiltration and a sharpshooter like no other, as she can hit a man straight in the head from 500 meters away. And she does not have any kind of ocular augmentation. Hard to believe, but it's true. Maybe she should have augmented her attitude a bit. The chick's acting like she's the chief herself. I mean, if you wanna be the boss of me, you gotta have some curves, baby. Ha ha! My man. Well, she is second in command here. No saying she's not a bit difficult sometimes, but let's face it, she earned it. She's been on many jobs, always performing flawlessly. I'm pretty much in pretty much any role you put her. Earned it, huh? You know about these rumors. Rumors? You mean she's Brick's daughter? That they're grinding. Continue. His eyes almost pop out of their sockets. What? You know, Nuki Nuki Rampi Rampi Pumpy? Sure, that's kind of look alike and have the same grumpy attitude, and I can imagine your sec trooper barking up that cliff, but every laborer I've talked to said, yep, they're grinding all right. Swear on my sisters, Lily. I mean, he asked to see her straight away after we came back from the core city. What that telling you, huh, Marky? He came back from a Twain in freezing kiss. Freezer kiss. Could be sloppy. Oh. It's telling me you're done discussing this. What a drop, Joy. What about Seeger? Ginger, Professor's computer guy, can't dig half of the things he's saying. He can't understand half of the things you're saying. Well, ain't that pipe working? Buhaha. To clarify, Eros, if it's not the technical terms that confuse Stone most of the time, it's the hexagonian slang he's using. And to tell you the truth, even though I visit Hexagon fairly regularly, I too can sometimes struggle with some of the new terms he's using. It all changes so fast. Xit this, xit that. That's one thick hopper, don't you think? You mean like pipe this, pipe that? Damn it, Marky, you really got to make me hardcore for me, don't you? But why Ginger? Don't think I've heard anyone else call him that. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw him. He's kind of ginger. Why not say dreadlocks? No, that make him sound far too hardcore for someone who's playing with computers all day. But that's kind of dominating. And making coffee, yeah, that stuff hardcore. Tell me about Doc Savage. Doc Savage is our security medic. He's a veteran who's been with Aegis Incorporated since the very foundation. Well, this job he ain't taking all that too well. He can't make it without his smokes. Here you're hardcore if you get to have a smoke once in a month. The expedition's difficult for all of us, Stone, but Doc's the one treating all the sick and dying. To my knowledge, Aegis has never done anything at this scale before, and with so many casualties. And there are other problems as well, but I'd rather we don't go into that. Wait a second, wait. It's a woman, right? Every time someone mentions other problems, it's gotta be a pipe-working woman. What snake messed him up, huh? He's married, and I said we aren't discussing that. Ah, then it's all clear. She didn't want I'm coming here. It's gotta be that. That's what women are like, Marky. Some of my best mates hoppers out of some dangerous stuff because of girlfriends. Now, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're dead wrong, but women, always got medal. As for Doc, just add the sick and dying all around him, and it's no wonder he needs them smokes. Don't envy the son of the rat one bit. Yeah. Okay, anything you can sell me that I'm interested in? No barrels, no nothing. He has this MK4 mines AG, very powerful. But we won't be using those. Well, at least not now. Maybe in the future attacks. Still, a lot to go. Oh, we haven't talked to the chef, have we? Or maybe I did. Yeah, we did. Nothing too interesting here. Okay, so let's go on our jet ski. And I think to transfer them is like this or something relative to this. No, also, this jet ski is relatively simple. It has only 3 parts. The battery, which we can improve. And we have the jet shocks, barm, whatever, and the motor. And depending on the jet ski, you can get different types of parts. That's why it's good to go to the core city and do that thing. So, I think I misinterpreted. So, 7 should be somewhere here. Maybe this is 6. And this is 6. So 5, 6. Well, we shall see. I know it's to the west, so let's go to the west. Now we'll have to kind of go around to... Oh, what's that? Aegis Sec troopers. Can you talk to them? The natives want us out at all costs. They're striking their strike again, okay. Okay, so we'll have to remove the fog of war here and there. It seems that this tile is pretty much empty. The speed does not affect the way we're moving, which is interesting. If you go to the south, we're gonna go to the exit, which you're not ready to go there yet. And we should be careful. Oh, damn. Found the snaky. Now with the snaky, all we can do is just attack. But unfortunately, we're not very accurate. Oh my god. I forgot we have to... Why can't I enable it? Cannot be... Oh, snaps. Snaps. It is charged, what the hell? Oh, well, go away. I can't be disassembled. Cannot be recharged in combat. I can't apply it on myself. I can't go invisible either. What the hell am I gonna do this for? Complicated. What should we do? This is weird. I can't enable this. This is bad. Well, I could avoid him. Oh, there's another one. Bastards. Whoa! We are not very good at fighting them. I mean, maybe I can survive and destroy one, but... I'm curious what's in here though, let's see. If there's anything in particular. So 1 to 3 snakes here, I think. Yeah, we'll avoid them for now. When we get better jet skis and stuff, we'll deal with them. So this is where we need to be at, I think. Let's go for a little while. Oh, maybe not. Medical cabinet. Maybe not. I don't know where we are. Black Sea. This area is known as everything is known as Hell's Gut acid barrel. Metal barrels. We don't need those. Where does this ladder take me? To a not very happy place. I'll take this and this, and let's take the barrel. Go up. And let's heal. I love the music in this expansion, it's just so epic, I don't know. Yeah, and we can also walk on the ground, clearly. Or on the islands, actually. Just be careful around certain things. Okay, so we will need to make our way here. Let's put a little... use TNT here. Or jackhammer or whatever. Some rubble. Yeah, so clearly we're gonna discover some new types of life, and an old cheesy love letter vomited out by the Black Sea. Ouch. So romantic, I can't tell you. But probably this one will take us to the... So what is this used for? Biology. They are not that relevant. But I'm gonna take them. Maybe we'll craft something with them. Who knows? Also, using your ski jet to get to certain areas you can't reach is also important. So don't rely only on walking. Okay, let's see where this one takes us. Ooh, that looks beautiful. Even after being harvested, they keep shining in the dark for a long time. Unremarkable green something, do not ingest. Lake Poppy. Oh, we have a dead pirate. Interesting. Does this go into the area that... No. Oh, so we might need to investigate that part. Well, let's just explore a bit this area and then we shall take our leave. I'm not interested in most of this stuff. Oh, there's another dead pirate, but I think we have to go around. Take the poppy. Now, to be honest, Crafting is kind of a pain. Jump over, oh, okay. But we can do some very powerful things if we learn them. What the hell is this? Crevice? Something died here. You see a single vertical notch, and just above the crevice appears to had been made of some sharp object. Looking into the crevice itself reveals nothing. However, the opening is far too narrow for you to crawl through, but still just about accept an arm reaching into it. Reach into the crevice. You pull something out. What? A grenade. Ooh, an MK4 grenade actually. Super awesome. Schmexy Wexy. Oh, there we go. We've discovered the way to pass. Lingula. Got what is... Why did we get 590? Because it's new? A rare fungus that grows out of certain seashells. Ooh. Probably there's some siphoners or something in the water, so I'm not gonna bother. But still, a nice place to explore first. There's some rubble over here. Forked rock. A rock shaped into the shape of a fork. Doesn't look like much of a fork to me, but whatever. Who am I to judge? I'm not a fork expert. Okay, keeps going, but we're probably going to have to stop somewhere. Nothing too interesting, to be honest. This is too heavy. Maybe we can sell this. Clearly they didn't have a lot of luck. Well, let's just push a little bit more, see what's on the other side. Nothing crazy. Big poppy. We'll find this isolated... Oh, a buried box. These isolated places from time to time. Oh, it's a chest, a booty chest with full of cash. So I'm just gonna go to the ski jet. And probably I'm gonna do 2 more sessions of 2 hours. So we have a lengthy thing to watch for this Christmas, if you want this present, of course. And if you want to binge watch something fun with a blabbermouth like me. Sometimes these shells, they can have enemies and so on, but it's a blessing in disguise for us to... Yeah, we should come here and destroy these rocks. If we are... what's it called? If we're stealthed. Okay, we're gonna make a hardcore save. And I'll continue in the next episode. Stay tuned and stay awesome, and bye 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 bye.